I'm going to do a quick video on how I align cars. First, I start with a piece of conduit and I make sure that the conduit is marked to an exact spot on both sets of conduits, the one in the back, the one in the front, and then I cut a groove in it with a thin wafer disc on my grinder. I set it up on jack stands to approximately the center height of the wheel. I also set the car on rolling jack stands so I can get under it to adjust the tie rod ends to get the proper alignment. So once I have the distance set up front and back on jack stands and the height, I need to set up an exact parallelogram. So what I do is I come off a spot on the wheel that is to give me a center line. So this side I'm sitting at about 13 and a half, 30 seconds, 4 inches, 13 and a half, 30 seconds. We'll run over to the other side of the front. Because the front and back might have different track lengths, you just have to work. Okay, over here, I am 4 and 13, 30 seconds. So I have it centered up on the front. We'll go to the back, and I take the measurement on the back, and I'm sitting at about 2 inches and 8 30 seconds, maybe 7 and a half 30 seconds. And I come over to this side, do the same, and again I've got 2 and 8 30 seconds. So I've got a perfect parallelogram around the car, and that is very dependent on where you locate the fishing line on the conduit. I've got the fishing line in the groove that I previously cut. Both conduits are exactly the same cut. I tie it to the back end, and then I roll a heavy nut just to keep tension on the fishing line. At that point, I will go to the front rim, and right here you see I've got 4 and 11 30 seconds. Here I've got 4 and 10 30 seconds. So I have 1 30-second toe in on this side of the front. Going to the other side, taking the measurement at the front, I've got 4 and 7 30 seconds on the front of the wheel, and 4 and 7 30 seconds on the back of the wheel. So I'm sitting with 1 30-second toe in on the front. Typically I try to get to a 1/16, but using this method is not nearly as exact as you need. Okay, now I'm measuring 4 and 5 30 seconds on the back, and 4 and 7 30 seconds on the front of the wheel. So I've got 2 30-seconds of an inch, or 1/16 of an inch toe in on this wheel, 1 32nd toe in on the other wheel. So 3 30-seconds toe in, a little bit tight, but it's going to get me to the alignment shop. Okay, on the back wheels, this is a Porsche, so everything's adjustable on the rear suspension. On the front of the wheel, I have 2 and 3 30-seconds. On the back of the wheel, I've got 2 and 2 30-seconds. So I got a 30-second toe in on the back. So we'll come around to this side, and you can't be additive on the toe in on the back because they're independent toe in. They're not connected by steering. So the back, see, I got 2 and 4 30-seconds. On the front of the back wheel, I've got 2 and 8 30-seconds, 2 and 7 30-seconds. So I'm a little bit tight. I'll probably make an adjustment on this one. 2 and 5 30-seconds, 2 7/32, so I've got a 1/16 of an inch toe in on the back. Not real comfortable with that, so I'm going to adjust this one to try to get it to a 32nd. Now, if you're heading to an alignment shop, that will get you to the alignment shop. My next method, or my next process, is getting to get the camber right. So I use a digital gauge. I've already zeroed it. It says error because it's not sitting right. So, or because it's not. So I find, like, so my rear wheel is sitting at 87.85 degrees. So that is approximately 2.1 degrees negative camber. That's too much. I've got to go up in here and do some work on the caster plates before I take it to alignment, because I want to get it about 1.25 degrees negative camber. On the front, I'm looking for about 1 degree, a half to 1 degree. So I'm sitting at 89.25. So I'm 0.75 degrees negative camber on that front wheel. We'll come over here to this side, and we're looking at 88, 87.85, 87.8. So again, I'm 2.2 degrees negative camber. I'm looking for 1.5. So we'll come over to this front. This front, we're at 89.15.1. So I'm still within that half to 1 degree negative camber. Now, on the front of the Porsche, I've never adjusted the camber. On the back of the Porsche, you can adjust the camber by using this bolt right here, and by rolling this bolt in or out, it will bring the this rod, control rod, in and out to take up your camber. If you'll notice, I've got mine spaced all the way in, so that's the best I can get out of this. I don't know what's going on with this car, but I can go up into the top above the spring and do a camber plate up there. Back here, this trailing arm, or this control arm, I've actually put heim joints and adjustable on here. It gives me a lot more adjustment to get the toe in, toe out. Again, there's the Porsche toe in, toe out adjuster, but this gives me a little bit more adjustment. So anyway, I hope you liked my video. I hope it helps. Y'all have a great day.